The patron gods are referred to by all believers as gods overseeing celestial bodies and elements. They watch over clans and descendants in the universes, preserving harmony according to the Creator's laws, known as the Great Ramha. Each god aids spiritual and creative paths, with conscience as the measure. And they help preserve harmony in the bright realms by the unchanging laws of the Creator, Great Ramha. Each of the gods carries out their deeds while also assisting people on the paths of spiritual and creative growth, where pure conscience is the measure. Dashbog, Svorozhich, is the god and symbol of the golden sun in the race hall at the Svorozhi circle. Each of the heavenly patron gods performs his heavenly deeds, but at the same time also helps people who follow the paths of spiritual development and creative creation, paths in which a clear conscience is the reconciler of everything. Dashbog, also known as Svorozhich, is the patron god and embodiment of the golden sun at the Svorozhi circle. This sun is called Dashbog the sun by the white clans living in this solar. This sun is referred to as Dashbog the sun by the clans of white people living on the lands in this solar system. Their great and glorious descendants, who migrated to Midgard land under the son of Irila, remembered their ancient homeland and called themselves nothing less than the grandsons of Dashbog, meaning the descendants of those clans of the great race who lived under the radiance of Dashbog the sun and migrated to Midgard under the son of Kirilla. Later, from the beautiful Ingard land, Dashbog Tarch Perunovich arrived on Midgard land from the land of the golden sun in ancient times to watch over the descendants of those who migrated from son of Gordzemli, preserving the ancient Vedas and commandments. The descendants of the people who migrated from son of Gordzemli formed the great clans of Rasichs and Rasins. After their visit from God Tarch, they also began to call themselves the grandsons of Dashbog. The descendants of the people who migrated to son Gordzemli formed the great families of the Rasichs and Rasins. And after their visit from God Tarch, they also began to call themselves the grandsons of Dashbog. Our ancestors believed that Dashbog blesses weddings, greeting the groom at dawn on the day of the sanctification of the family union, and that's why they said that weddings take place in the heavens and are blessed by Dashbog the sun. Strebog is the god who is responsible for governing lightning, whirlwinds, hurricanes, winds, and sea storms, and other natural phenomena on Midgard. We turn to him when, during a dry period, we need a rain cloud, or conversely, during a rainy period, when we need Strebog to disperse the clouds so that Irila the sun can warm the moisture-filled fields, gardens, and vegetable patches. Strebog also governs the winds and sandstorms on the land of Arya Marsi. In addition, he is the patron god of the land of Strebog Saturn in the system of Yarilo the sun. But above all, our ancestors revered Strebog as the destroyer of all evils and the vanquisher of wicked intentions. Lada Bog is the heavenly patron god of peace and harmony among people from various clans of the great race. In addition, Lada Bog is also the patron god of various arts and crafts. The wise Lada Bog is the patron god of all reconciliation and harmony among the ancient Slavic priestly clans, families, and tribes, as well as the protector of true, strong friendship and sincerity between clans and peoples. Yara is a god, the god who governs and protects the spring blooming in the fields. He is the guardian god of the nature of Minkart earth. He is assisted in preserving nature by mermaids, bird maidens, water spirits, the guardians of ponds and rivers, leshis, the spirits that protect the forests, and the Movoi, the kind spirits that guard the household. Yarabok protects the fields where rye grows. He ensures that the ears of rye are filled with life force from the son of Yarilo. In the free meadows and fields he grows all kinds of beautiful flowers, from which the mermaids weave him wreaths. Yarilo the sun, Yarilo, the brightest heavenly god who protects earthly life. Yarilo is the protector of all bright, pure, good and heartfelt thoughts and intentions of people. Yarilo is the guardian of good and pure hearts, and our daytime luminary, which bestows warming heat, love, and a fulfilling life to all who live on Midgard. The image of Yarilo the sun is often depicted in everyday life in the form of various swastika symbols and horses. The god Ozim and the goddess Sumerla are the gods of the underworld, guarding the vast underground treasures of Mother Raw Earth from greedy people who seek various riches in the depths of the earth. These dark storerooms, as well as the majestic chambers of Ozim and Sumerla, illuminate the underground fire with their unique glow, which is reflected in a mind-blowing shine in the placers of various precious stones, as well as in gold and silver veins. The goddess Tara, Tarinataya Tabiti, is the younger sister of the god Tara, known as the rain god, and the daughter of the heavenly god Perun. The goddess Tara always sparkles with kindness, love, tenderness, care, and attention. Her grace flows not only onto nature but also onto people. The eternally beautiful goddess Tara is the heavenly guardian of the sacred groves, forests, oak woods, and sacred trees of the great race, such as the oak and cedar, elm, birch, and ash, due to the fact that the goddess Tara, along with her older brother Tar, the rain god, guards the vast lands of Belovodye and Sviatorasa. These territories are referred to as the lands of Tar and Tara, meaning the Great Tartary. Moreover, the North Star was named in honor of this beautiful goddess Tara by the Slavic and Aryan peoples. Baba Yoga, Mother Yogini, eternally beautiful, loving, kind-hearted goddess patron of orphans and children in general. She wandered through Midgard, gathering orphan children from towns and villages. In every village, the goddess protector was known for her kindness, love, and fancy boots with golden patterns, and they showed her where the orphan children lived. People called her by different names, some as Baba Yoga the Golden Leg, others as Mother Yagina. In every Slavic Aryan village, even in every bustling town or settlement, the goddess protector was recognized by her radiating kindness, tenderness, meekness, love, and her fancy boots adorned with golden patterns, and they would show her where the orphan children lived. Simple people, affectionately called the goddess by various names, such as Baba Yoga, the Golden Leg, or Mother Yagina. She took orphan children to her mountain hermitage in the forest at the foot of the Iri Mountains in Altai, saving them from doom. In this hermitage, Mother Yagina led the children through a fiery initiation to the ancient higher gods. A shrine was carved inside the mountain, and nearby was the cave of Ra, a special hollow in the rock named by the kin priests. In the mountain hermitage, where Mother Yagina conducted the orphan children through a fiery initiation ritual to the ancient higher gods, there was a shrine of the kin carved inside the mountain. Next to the mountain shrine, there was a special hollow in the rock that the priests of the kin called the Cave of Ra. From it, a stone platform extended, divided by a ledge into two equal hollows, known as Lopota. Next to the mountain shrine of the kin, there was a special hollow in the rock that the priests of the kin called the Cave of Ra. From it, a stone platform extended, divided by a ledge into two equal hollows, known as Lopota. In one hollow, which was closer to the Cave of Ra, the Mother Yagina laid the sleeping orphan children dressed in white garments. In the second hollow, dry twigs were placed, after which the Lopota was pushed back into the cave, and Yagina set the twigs on fire. For everyone present at the fire ritual, it meant that the orphan children had been initiated into the ancient higher gods, and in the worldly lives of their kin, they would never be seen again. Foreigners who sometimes attended the fire rituals vividly recounted in their lands that they had witnessed with their own eyes how small children were sacrificed to the ancient gods, thrown alive into the fiery furnace, and that it was Baba Yoga who did this. The foreigners were unaware that when the platform was pushed back into the cave, a special mechanism lowered a stone slab onto the ledge of the platform, separating the hollow with the children from the fire. When the fire was lit in the cave, the priests of the kin would carry the orphan children from the hollow on the platform into the shrine of the kin. Later, the orphan children were raised to become priests and priestesses, and when they grew up, the young men and women started families and continued their lineage. But the foreigners knew nothing of this and continued to spread tales that the wild priests of the Slavic and Aryan peoples, especially the bloodthirsty Baba Yoga, sacrificed orphan children to the gods. These foolish foreign tales influenced the image of Mother Yagina, especially after the Christianization of Rus, when the image of the beautiful young goddess was replaced by that of an ancient, evil, hunchbacked old woman with tangled hair. who steals little children, roasts them in an oven in a forest hut, and then eats them. Even the name of the goddess Yoga was distorted. They started calling her Baba Yaga, the bony leg, and began to scare all the children with her. Goddess Dola, meeting the heavenly goddess of happy fate, happiness and good fortune in life and creative deeds. This is the eternally beautiful young heavenly spinner who brings the wonderful thread of human life. Goddess Dola is a very skilled artisan and craftswoman. From her emerald spindle flows a smooth and strong golden thread of human life and destiny, which she holds tightly in her gentle and tender hands. Goddess Dolia is the youngest daughter of the heavenly mother of God Makosh and the younger sister of the goddess Dolia. The goddess is neither fate nor destiny. The heavenly goddess who curses various people and their children with an unhappy fate for breaking the laws of Rita, the heavenly laws of purity of lineage and blood, and the blood commandments. An elderly woman spins a grey thread of life. Once lessons are learned, she cuts it, freeing the person. From its old granite spindle flows a crooked, uneven and fragile grey thread of life, and the fate of a man punished by God's lesson. When a person fully learns the lesson of the gods, Nidala cuts the grey thread of their life, and the person, freed from an unhappy fate, departs to the world of their ancestors, or weaves a golden thread from her younger sister into their fate. The goddess Nidala is the eldest daughter of the heavenly mother Makosh, and the older sister of the goddess Dola, the god horse, the sun god, the protector of good weather, who grants farmers a rich harvest, gives livestock breeders healthy offspring, brings good fortune to hunters, and ensures abundant catches for fishermen. The god Horse was the protector of diverse trade and exchange between clans and tribes. Horse is the god guardian of the land of Horse, the planet Mercury. The cult of worshipping the god Horse in ancient times was not only present in the lands of Belovodia, it spread to the east, to Iran, Assyria, and Asia Minor, as well as to the western principalities in Great Rossinia. The spread of the cult of worshipping the god Horse occurred simultaneously with the migration of Slavic and Aryan tribes from Belovodia to free and sparsely populated lands. The god Patardi, the protector of the clear heavenly expanse and space, is the guardian of the inexhaustible life force of the land of Dei, with the help of which the priests of Patardi performed various miracles. He is the god who safeguards the ancient truths of the heavenly gods, as well as hidden wisdom. The god Patardi is the keeper of the main pathways between worlds, through which the gods could visit inhabited realms. He is the god who safeguards the ancient truths of the heavenly gods, as well as hidden wisdom. The god Patardi is the guardian of the main pathways between worlds, through which the gods could visit inhabited realms. He could change his appearance so none remembered him. He appeared as a warrior or an old priest. He was the patron of priests and ministers of the old faith. Some saw him as a young, powerful warrior, while others perceived him as an elderly, wise old man or a priest. This god has long been the patron of all priests and ministers of the old faith, the Dei, the high priests who lead the spiritual administrations, Pater Diu, to the high priest leading the spiritual mission, and the Sudran-Rusian Inglistic Church of the Orthodox Old Believers Inglings, as well as to the priest guardians of ancient wisdom, the gods, and the primordial ancestors. The god Kamel is the eternally cheerful protector of beekeepers, mead makers, and kvass brewers. Offerings and gifts were brought to Kamel, including tributes made from honey products and drinks infused with herbs and berries. The god of hops controls the flowering of wildflowers and herbs, as well as fruit-bearing plants. Before the collection of the first honey and during festive celebrations and feasts, lavish offerings and gifts made from products that contained honey, various drinks infused with herbs and berries, and bouquets of the most beautiful field flowers were brought to the god Kamel. The god V is a powerful guardian of the heavenly boundary, separating the bright and dark holes of the world of Navi. The bright holes are called the world of Slava, where the souls of our ancestors reside. The dark holes are the abode of various spirits, demons, and fallen souls. The bright holes are called the world of Slava, where the souls of our ancestors reside. The dark holes are the abode of various spirits, demons, and fallen souls. The god guardian of the land of Vai in the Arila sun system. Vai guards the boundaries between the bright and dark worlds. Many think Vai can't see their wrongs due to his closed eyes. They don't know Vi sees everything through his eyelids. Many people believe that Vi will not see their unrighteous deeds and actions because his eyes have been closed for centuries by thick eyelashes. These people do not know that God V sees all their unrighteous deeds and thoughts even through his heavy closed eyelids. To such people, God Vi sent nightmares and various terrifying visions, warning them about the impending punishment for their unrighteous deeds and actions, should they choose to commit those unrighteous acts. The goddess Vesta is the celestial goddess and guardian of the ancient wisdom of the higher gods, the younger sister of the goddess Morena, who brings peace and winter to the earth. The goddess Vesta is also called the patroness of the renewing world, the good goddess of spring, who controls the arrival of the holy race of spring to earth and the awakening of the nature of Midgard earth. On the day of the vernal equinox, a public celebration was held in her honor. Pancakes were always baked, as a symbol of the rising sun, Easter cakes, buns and bagels with poppy seeds, as a symbol of the earth awakening after its winter sleep, gingerbread in the shape of larks, and cookies with swastika symbols. In addition, the goddess Vesta symbolized not only the attainment of ancient wisdom from the higher gods, representatives of the Slavic and Aryan tribes, but also the reception of pleasant good news in every family of the great race. The god Ni is the heavenly god, the protector of seas and oceans. He is also the great protector of navigation and fishing. The god Ni was always depicted holding the sacred trident in his right hand. With his trident, Ni controlled the weather, winds, and storms at sea. In his left hand, he held a seashell, which he used to summon his loyal helpers, dolphins, orcas, and whales. It is believed that the god Nai lives in his beautiful underwater palace on the ocean floor only during certain periods of time. The rest of the time, he spends in his heavenly hall, surrounded by his 8 beautiful daughters. Ni is the ancestral god and protector of the ancient Slavic tribe of the Ants, whom the ancient Greeks referred to as the Atlanteans, modern-day Ukrainians. He also protected the fertile lands where the ant tribes lived and grew their grain. First, Atlante, the ancient Greek Atlantis, and then Kievan Rus. The god who protects the land is Ni, Neptune. The Valkyrie goddess protects warriors and consoles those fallen for their homeland. She leads them to Valhalla. In Midgard, she empowers girls to protect future warriors. The warriors whom she accompanies to the heavenly Valhalla are welcomed by the master, the god warrior Volk, and his great celestial companions, the god Perun, the god Odin, the god Indra, the god Veles, the god Ladoat, the god Thor, the god Semargl, and others. On Midgard, the Valkyrie chooses beautiful girls as her assistants who are endowed with great celestial power. With this power, the girls create a protective circle around their charges, who are destined to be warriors and defenders of their homeland. In ancient times, these beautiful girls were also called Valkyries, just like the goddess. They were recognized everywhere by the special embroidered patterns on their shirts and sarafans. These beautiful girls were called Valkyries in ancient times, just like the goddess. They were recognized by the patterns and their braids. Valkyrie gave power through the braid, and also by the rich, almost floor-length, light brown braid. It was through the hair of the maiden's braid that the goddess Valkyrie bestowed great celestial power upon the girls. It was believed that if the earthly Valkyrie's braid was cut, her warrior man would lose the protective circle of the Valkyrie and would perish in the very first battle. The god Provi. The heavenly god is the protector and guardian of the sacred trees. He takes care of the pristine forests, sacred groves and oak woods, which are protected by the heavenly goddess Tara. In addition, Provi is the god of ancestral abundance and fertility, and also the great ancestral god and protector of the Druids, the priests of the forest, who convey to all the ancient tribes of the great race and the descendants of the celestial lineage the wisdom of harmony with nature. The festivities in honor of the heavenly god Provi were held in ancient times, and are still celebrated today only by Druids and Druidesses, the priests and priestesses of the forest, on the second day of the first 9-day week of each month. The god Ruavit, the heavenly warrior god, protects the lands in the constellation of Makosha along with his 7 brothers and companions. The god Parevit, the god Yarovit, the god Parenut, and other gods, as well as all the lands and moons in the Arila sun system. Ruavit is always on guard over the beautiful lands where the tribes of the great race live. He also keeps the battle swords of his 7 divine brothers and companions, which is why his attributes include 7 swords hanging at his waist, and the 8th one in the right hand of the god Ruavit, the god of the dead. The heavenly god is the protector of the deceased. He is kind to those who have lived a good and worthy life on Midgard earth, and with those people who committed unjust and unworthy deeds during their lifetime. The great god of the dead is always strict and severe. He is the heavenly god judge who judges a person for all their actions and deeds after the deceased has gone through the judgment of conscience and the judgment of their ancestors. The god of the dead sends a person to that multifaceted and multidimensional world, which they have earned through their thoughts, various actions, and good deeds, as well as according to the level of their spiritual and soulful development. After the judgment of the god of the dead, the heavenly god Veles escorts the person to the world and the heavenly abode that they have earned through their life on Midgard. God Odin is the heavenly god keeper of the wisdom of the ancient runes, the patron god and protector of the Dariski family, the guardian god of heavenly Asgard and Valhalla. Odin is a warrior god who fights all dark forces, both in the pure heavens and on our Midgard earth. To gain the wisdom of the higher worlds of the pure Swarga, God Odin exchanged his eye for the spiritual eye of knowledge of ancient wisdom. That's why sometimes ignorant people refer to him as one-eyed, but that is fundamentally incorrect. With one eye, God Odin saw our manifest world, and with the other, the multidimensional worlds of Navi, Slavi and Prav. For many, the image of Odin has merged with the patriarch Odin, who lived on Midgard and guided tribes west beyond the Ural Mountains. These lands have stories of these migrations in ancient writings, Eddas and sagas, and Aref for the resettlement to the lands that lie to the west beyond the Riffian Ural Mountains. These lands, protected by the soul of Skanda, Skandi, Navi, and various blessed lands of Western Vena, Europe, have stories about these migrations preserved in ancient runic writings, Eddas and sagas. Goddess Lelia is the eternally young and eternally beautiful heavenly goddess. Lelia is the guardian of eternal, mutual, pure, and constant love. She is a caring and gentle goddess, the protector of family happiness, marital harmony, and all kinds of well-being, not only among all the tribes of the great race, but also among all the descendants of the heavenly rod. Goddess Lelia is the obedient daughter of the highest god Svarog and the heavenly mother goddess Lada. She is a kind, caring, and gentle wife of god Volk, the guardian of the heavenly halls of Valhalla. Lelia protects his peace and comfort, and the goddess Valkyrie helps her. In these halls, she not only cares for her beloved husband, but also takes on the responsibility of hosting the guests of Valhalla, the fallen warriors, and the heavenly god comrades of her husband. In ancient times, the people of the great race named one of the nearby moons of Midgard after her, Lelia. Goddess Diva, Dodola, Perunitsa, the heavenly goddess of abundant fertility, who governs rain, storms, and lightning, is the wife and helper of the highest god Perun. Only women priestesses who serve her had the right to address the heavenly goddess Diva Dodola with requests. So, when people needed rain to water their fields and meadows, representatives of different tribes would bring rich offerings to the shrine of goddess Dodola for the priestesses to perform the ancient ritual to summon rain. During the ancient ritual of calling upon the goddess, the priestesses, they wore their white dresses with a special pattern and golden fringes at the bottom, and performed the ancient ritual rain dance, asking the great goddess Diva Dodola to send down a gracious rain on the fields and meadows. And in all of history, there has never been a single case where the goddess Diva Dodola refused her faithful priests. The mother of god Zimun is a beautiful heavenly goddess patron of the father's house, and the most ancient heavenly ancestral homeland, from where many ancient families of the great race migrated to Midgard Earth. Our Lady of Zimun is a loving and caring mother of many ancient heavenly gods. Velis, Odin, Vatan, and others, the mother of Zimun, protector goddess of the cows, could transform into a cow to see which son misbehaved. They drove them to graze in the Virey garden. One day, Zimun checked the herds and found them missing. But instead, they would drive them to graze in the heavenly garden of Virey, or into the dark wastelands lying near the border that separates the bright and dark halls. One day, Zimun went to check on the herds of sacred heavenly cows and found that they were missing. She asked to find the sacred cows of the god Perun. He found the missing herds in the dark wastelands, where they had been driven as a joke by the god Velis, the son of the mother of Zimun. For the misdeeds of the god Velis, he was sent to Midgard for 3 years to help the clans of the Scots and Scotsmen tend to their countless herds. He also helped the clans of hunters. People from different clans called him by different names. Some said that Velis is cattle and a god, while others said that Velis and his brothers, Odin, Vatan, and others, are the sons of the heavenly cow Zimun. Because of this, Velis and his brothers were depicted wearing horned helmets, and the heads of the sacred heavenly cow, into which their goddess mother transformed, were shown on their shields. In the name of the heavenly mother Zimun, our wise ancestors from the Slavic and Aryan clans named one of the constellations in the northern sky, Ursa Minor. Old Sviatovid, the heavenly god, is the protector of the constellation Svati, the great heavenly swastika, from which the Slavic and Aryan clans receive great spiritual power and pure heavenly light. The spiritual power of the constellation Svati and the pure heavenly light help the clans of the great race in their creative endeavors for the benefit of their descendants and in honor of all wise ancestors. The god Sviatovid governs the measured flow of all heavenly life in various bright worlds and the heavenly halls of pure Swarga. God is Volk, the heavenly warrior god, the protector of people and the clans of the great race, from all descendants of the heavenly lineage. He is a wonderful healing god, helping to heal the wounds of warriors fighting for a just cause and defending their clans, their ancient faith, and their homeland. The god Volk is a beautiful and loving son of the heavenly goddess protector of Midgard Earth, the mother of raw earth, and the supreme god Indra. Volk is the god guardian of the halls of Valhalla, the heavenly abode of warriors, as well as a loving and caring husband to the heavenly goddess Leli, who helps him and keeps order and comfort in the halls of Valhalla. Mother Raw Earth is the heavenly goddess protector of Midgard Earth. The goddess of earthly fertility and abundant harvest. Before the sowing season, all Slavic and Aryan clans brought rich gifts and offerings to the goddess. These bloodless sacrifices and offerings mainly consisted of the most beautiful forest and field flowers and the finest selected grains. The priests and priestesses who served Mother Raw Earth brought these same offerings and gifts to the sacred fiery altar, so that with the fire of the altar, all the gifts and offerings would rise to the heavens, to the hall of the goddess protector, Mother Raw Earth, the caring and gentle mother of the heavenly god Volk, the guardian of the sacred halls of heavenly Valhalla, where warriors who have fallen in battles against enemies and dark forces find peace. The goddess Jiwana is the heavenly goddess guardian and protector of small children from all the ancient clans of the great race and the descendants of the heavenly lineage. The goddess Jiwana protects nursing mothers of the great race who follow the ancient faith of Ingliism. She ensures they have enough breast milk and keeps them and their children safe from illnesses, curses, and the evil eye. The god Agni, king of fire, is the heavenly god protector of the sacred fire of creation. The goddess Jiwana protects them from spoilage, slander, the evil eye, and all kinds of weakness. God Agni, fire, leads festive rituals with fire-based sacrifices. God Agni is revered in all clans of the Orthodox Old Believers. God Agni controls festive rituals with fire sacrifices. He is revered in all the clans of the Orthodox Old Believers. The Ynglians, And at every altar near the idol of god Agni, the living sacred fire has always been kept burning. It is believed that if the sacred fire in the altar of god Agni goes out, then the lands of these clans will stop producing a good harvest. Craftsmen will forget how to make the necessary utensils. Weavers will stop weaving good quality fabric. Storytellers will forget all the ancient legends of their ancient clans. Dark times will last until people rekindle the sacred fire of god Agni in the altar and in their hearts. God Troyan is the guardian god of the righteous paths leading to pure Asvarga and heavenly Asgard. God Troyan governs time and space in our manifest reality and earthly existence. God Troyan guards the heavenly borders that separate the universal worlds, Naf and Yaf. Reality and glory, glory and righteousness, in accordance with the unshakable divine laws of ascension along the golden path of spiritual development, which were established at the very dawn of time by God Svorok. God Sviatovid, the heavenly God protector of the Great Spirit, our God, of all our ancient clans, and all our wise fathers and ancestors. He helps preserve all the ancient traditions, tales, epics, and scriptures in our clans. Sviatovid guides all the clans of the great race and the descendants of the heavenly lineage towards a blessed, constructive, and holy life, where a pure conscience is the measure of all deeds. The goddess Gelia protects mourning rituals and guides the deceased. She is the sister of goddess Karna, welcoming Navi souls and guiding them in the spiritual realm. The goddess Gelia is a very kind-hearted and good-natured younger sister of the goddess Karna. Goddess Gelia meets the souls of Navi, who rise with the sacred smoke of the Kroda, the funeral pyre, or the funeral logia, and gives them necessary instructions so that they can get used to the world of Navi and learn where they should go next along the golden path of spiritual development, as commanded by the Supreme God Svarok. Goddess Karna, the celestial goddess and patron of all new births and human reincarnations. Note on human reincarnations, meaning new births on Midgard Earth to fully complete one's life lesson. From the goddess Karna came the words that have survived to this day. This is incarnation, a temporary embodiment on Midgard Earth to complete one's interrupted earthly lesson due to an accident by taking over the body of another person. Reincarnation is the new embodiment of a person on Midgard Earth in the body of a newborn child, to continue their life path that was interrupted due to a violent death and to fulfill their earthly lesson. Goddess Karna grants every person the right to rid themselves of the mistakes made in their visible earthly life, of dishonorable actions, and to fulfill their destiny, which is prepared by the highest God Rod. It is up to the heavenly goddess Karna to decide in which region of our Midgard Earth, in which of the ancient clans of the great race, under what conditions, and in what historical time, a new incarnation of a person will take place, so that the person can honorably and with a clear conscience complete their life journey on Midgard and continue it in another world. God Thor is the heavenly warrior god and the protector of righteous liberating war. He always stands guard over the bright worlds, protecting the boundary between the bright realms and hell, the world of darkness. Thor, known for his wit, excels at Valhalla feasts. Offerings included honey beer. At lavish feasts in the heavenly halls of Valhalla, among the heavenly gods, he has no equal in dining and witty jokes, which is why he is called Thor, the All-Wise. Offerings to God. Thor always included various dishes and beer, for which only heather honey was used. God Ladad is the guardian of the highest truth and the hidden heavenly wisdom in all bright worlds. Ladad commanded the inhabitants of all beautiful lands in every great or small hall of the bright world to preserve the ancient wisdom of their ancestors and the heavenly wisdom of the bright gods. The priests of God Ladad always safeguard the sacred ancient wisdom, and must not allow those who have not achieved a certain level of spiritual and soulful perfection on their life path to access it, as required by the higher bright gods. Note, the higher bright gods, the god Ramhat and the god Perun, left their commandments for the people, which are also followed by those priests, regardless of which god they serve. And these are the commandments. Do not give knowledge to those who turn it to evil, for the destruction of all living things. Ramhat, keep the wisdom of God secret. Do not give the hidden wisdom to you, the pagans. Patron. God Uslat, the heavenly God is the protector of various arts, feasts, banquets, merriment, and celebrations. Uslat is the God who protects beehives and honey, as well as the patron of all mead makers and honey gatherers. The heavenly God of delights was at all times not only a cheerful, constant, and faithful companion of the heavenly Mother of God, Lada, the goddess of love. He is also the God who protects peaceful sleep and good bright dreams. God Rodomaisel protects laws and offers advice. Communities discuss prosperity. The God Rodomaisel is considered to be the giver of good advice, great wisdom, and beautiful eloquence. During gatherings, councils, or assemblies, where the community came together to address issues related to the well-being and prosperity of all cities, settlements, and clans, or to discuss matters concerning the defense of the homeland and the prevention of common threats. In honor of God Rodomisel, a public service was held, and rich gifts and offerings were made.